Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Ever wondered how much time our teams spend on manually calling customers for redundant tasks? What if I told you there is a way to automate this entire process with an AI voice agent that not only makes the calls but it also updates your CRMs seamlessly? Imagine having a tool that can take care of all those tedious calls for you. Today we are going to work on an outbound voice assistant from scratch that does just that. Let's roll the demo.
Hi Thomas, this is Jennifer from High Point Real Estate Agency. We wanted to confirm few details regarding your interest.
Yeah, go ahead.
Awesome. So you're still interested in a vacation home, right?
Yes.
Great. And you're still cool with hearing from High Point Real Estate Agency about matching properties, right?
Yes.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Alright, before we proceed further into building this from scratch, I just want to highlight a point that you need consents to do outbound call. Depending on your locations, rule might vary. I would highly suggest that you look into your local laws before doing outbound calls to your customers. Alright, let's start with the Google Sheet. For this demo, we're going to be using this Google Sheet. We have phone number, name, email, property is interested in being reached out, status can be of two values, confirm is to confirm it, and once they are confirmed, it will change to confirmed. And then we have an agent name, so we want to try to personalize this call as much as possible. So once we have this Google Sheet set, now if you have watched my previous videos, you would know that I like to create a static assistant first and then try to customize it. This makes sure that everything is modular and I'm able to test everything out before going to customize or a transient assistant. So you can choose your own strategy. I'm going to follow the same strategy, try to create a static outbound assistant before in VAPI and then try to make it a transient assistant. So let's go to VAPI dashboard and look for documentation. So what we are looking for right now is outbound calling. So once we go in outbound calling, we see there's a YouTube video which I suggest you should watch it. It's really good, it walks you through. But what I am looking for is the model setup over here, and over here we have the system prompt. So I'm going to use this prompt as my starting place. So let me go to my VAPI dashboard. I'm going to go to assistants. I'm going to click create assistant and I'm going to do a blank template. I'm going to write High Point outbound assistant and let's create this. Okay, so this is an empty assistant right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just paste that prompt that we saw from there, and I'm going to also copy the first message and we're going to customize that messages after this. You can choose to just start from scratch if you want to. All right, so let's look into it. Let's start customizing. So hi, this is Jennifer. Okay, so Jennifer from High Point Real Estate Agency. We are calling to confirm a few details. All right, and we're gonna say, I'm just gonna copy this so that I don't have to type this again and again. Let's just copy this. You are a voice assistant for High Point Real Estate. Your job is to Sorry, my camera died. So let's continue. Your job is to your job is to confirm the customer details and ask them that they would be interested in being reached out in future. Okay, I don't think so we need these. I'm gonna just remove this. Confirm if they are still interested in, and I'm gonna hard code it for now. Let's say 5 BHKs, and then we're gonna say confirm if they are still interested in being reached out in future. Future. And we're gonna just remove this. We don't need this one too. We're gonna keep our prompt really very simple, and we're gonna iterate if things don't work out. We should introduce, okay, we don't want this. I think the next line is good. If pertaining to the customer, you can end the conversation with some okay. All right, let's throw this to belong you. All right. Let's just, sometimes I don't remember it, so let me just put it at the end again and just hit publish. And then what I'm gonna do is, let's look into enable end call, and then get day, let's hit publish. Okay, let's do a small test right now just to make sure that it's working as expected. So I'm gonna go to my phone numbers. I have already a phone number imported and set up. You can watch previous videos if you want to see that, and I'm gonna make an outbound call now.
Hi, this is Jennifer from High Point Real Estate Agency. We wanted to confirm a few details.
Yeah, go ahead.
Great. Firstly, are you still interested in 5 BHK properties?
Yep. So it works, I think so. That's good. So let me go back to assistants, and now we know that we are able to capture. Now we know we are able to capture a bunch of information from the user. We are able to make an outbound call. We are yet to capture information. So what we want to do is we want to update our sheet with the values that the assistant captured. So to do that, let's just copy this ID. Let's go to make.com. Inside make.com, we're gonna do a webhook, and let's do a custom webhook, and let's add a webhook, and let's say High Point webhook, right? And let's click save. Let's copy this. Let's click OK. Let's click save, and let's click run once. Okay, now I want to go to this tab. I want to go to my dashboard, and I want to go to advanced. What I want to do is I'm going to paste my make.com webhook URL over here. It's a good practice to put a secret, but for now the demo purposes we won't be putting in, and we want to make sure end of call report actually is being sent as a server message. So let's click publish. Let's go back to make.com. Okay, so we are on make.com. Let's try doing one more time and call just to make sure that this gets triggered. All right, let's make a call. Hello.
Hi, this is Jennifer from High Point Real Estate Agency. We are calling to confirm a few details.
Sorry, not a good time. All I want to see is whether this hook got triggered, so we got this triggered. That's good. Now let's take some next steps and see how we're gonna build this solution. So next step, what we are trying to do is we're gonna try to create an OpenAI chat completion, and what we want to do in this chat completion is very simple. Let's select GPT photo, let's add message, let's put a system message, and let's say you will be provided with a transcript. Based on your transcript, you need, okay, I think I messed up space here, but let's do this. You need to determine if customer still wants to be reached out by High Point Real Estate Agency, and if they are, if there is a change in their interests. And then we're gonna say return the response in following following structure. And we're gonna say, let's do a JSON object, and let's do interests, and we're gonna say true, and then we say interested in, let's say, 5 BHK. So we will see if this works out or not works out, and then we will iterate over it. Now we know we need user and we need transcript. So this is the transcript, and we pass in the transcript. So we don't have a transcript on this message. That's fine, we'll figure it out. I think we should have it in one of the messages, because we did a call recently, and that should, so we see a status update call over here. We should also see end of call report over here. If I click it again, let's click OK, let's click save. If I try to run once, it should say use existing data, so that should be the previous call. And let's see, what was it? So this is again a status update. We don't want status update. What we want is end of call report. So let's do end of call report. So you see, okay, so this is the end of the call report. A good practice would be to come over here and say the type is equal to end of call report. So I'm just gonna copy this. Nope, I cannot copy this, so I'm gonna just type it. End of call report, and is end of call. Let's write it over here. So we have this, so we'll get the result. So it didn't get the transcript this time, but that's fine. Since I said sorry, not a good time, so we didn't get any details out of it, but let's keep building. So once you have that, what you want to do is pass that JSON. I already have a data structure created for myself. Interest, you can create your own data structure. So what you don't want to do over here, choice, message, content. That's fine for now. Let's look at what we do next. We need to go in Google Sheet and update it. So let me go back. Let me copy this whole ID from here, and let me go to my make.com and let's click Google Sheet over here. What we want to do is search for rows, and we start searching for rows. Select from a drive, or I'm going to say select from all, and that way I can just paste my spreadsheet ID. It should update. Okay, now it's giving me sheet name, that's sheet 1, and then we want to look by phone number. We want to match customer's phone number as the primary key over here, and what you're looking for here is the customer object and the number, and that's pretty much it. Let's click OK. Let's save it once because we have done a bunch of changes, and let's go again Google Sheet. And what we want to do is the row that we found, we want to update that row now. So we're gonna do, I have to select web path only, that's my only option. So I know this is inside the YT. So I'm just gonna go select YT, I'm gonna select demos, I'm gonna select the sheet now. Okay, so I have the sheet now, I have the sheet name, I have the row number, and what we want to change is status. We want to say we have called them, so this is confirmed, interested in being reached out. We're gonna go and say interested, and property interest we're gonna update with interests. That's pretty much it. Let's see, click OK, let's save it. Let's make a call, let's turn it on. Let's make a call once more from our dashboard. So let's go to dashboard, let me make one more call, let's see what happens.
Hi, this is Jennifer from High Point Real Estate Agency. We are calling to confirm a few details.
Hey, go ahead, Jennifer.
Great. Just to confirm, are you still interested in the 5 BHK property that we discussed earlier?
No, I think we are looking for beach houses now.
Got it. And would you like us to reach out to you in the future if we have any beach houses available?
Yes.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. So now you see, let's wait for it for 1 second and see if it gets updated. Alright, so we see it got updated to confirmed, but we don't see the details of here getting updated. So let's look at what is happening and why did it not get updated. So I'm just gonna go back, I'm gonna go to history and look at my, okay, so now, okay, there was an error. So that's good, we found something is not working on. And what is that? So the ChatGPT probably, okay, so it's not able to create the transcript. Okay, and why is it doesn't it has the access to transcript? Let me see. It's the oh, okay. I found the reason we missed adding transcript to the ChatGPT over here. So let's do this. Let's go. This is the transcript, and you have the transcript over here. So we didn't pass the transcript. That's why we saw the error, and that's why we want to test it before we do the transient setup. This makes it much more easier. So now, since now we have fixed it, let's give it a run again and see what happens. I'm going to go in my phone numbers and give it a call again and see what happens. Okay.
Hi, this is Jennifer from High Point Real Estate Agency. We are calling to confirm a few details.
Yeah, go ahead, Jennifer.
Great. Just to confirm, are you still interested in the 5 BHK property?
Yes.
And would you like us to reach out to you in the future?
Yeah, sure.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. So I'm seeing that it is ending abruptly and we might need to tweak the prompt, but what we want to do is see if data is coming correctly. So we see the data is being reversed. So maybe I told it wrong over here. So let me see. Interest is true. Okay, so this is reversed. So I did a bunch of mistakes in my prompt, but we are able to iterate through it and able to quickly fix it. So I think now it should work. So now what we have is an assistant that we are able to do outbound call with, but we are currently triggering that call from VAPI's dashboard. What we want to do is, based on the status over here, we want to be able to call folks. So how do we do that? We're going to do it in make.com. So I'm going to just create a new scenario in make.com. So I have this new scenario now in make.com. Let's see what we have to do over here. So what we want to do is we want to look into the Google Sheet, and we're gonna search for records again. And what I'm gonna search from is select from my drive. I'm gonna say select from all, and let's see if I still have the ID. And let's look at my sheet one. And what I'm trying to filter on is if my status is equal to confirm. If the status is confirmed, we want to make the call, right? And then we click on OK. And now what we want to do is, for a record that has a status confirmed, we're going to make an API call. Now once we make an API call, I already have set up my VAPI connection, and you might have to install this VAPI module before starting this. I've already done those things. But once you have that, what we want to go is look in the documentation. And if you go to documentation and you go to API reference, the thing we are looking for is create phone call. So you see this is a post method. So we're going to use this. Let me just go over here, and we just need the relative path. Oops. So I don't need vapi.com, so I just need this. This is the post call. As I said, I already have set up my VAPI connection, so I don't need to pass the authorization part of this payload, but I do need to set this body part. So if you look at this, let's copy this curl request and let's go into a JSON editor and see. So let me just remove stuff from here. Okay, I think there is one at the bottom. It should be fine now. Okay, awesome. So now if I fold all these, you see either you can pass a customer ID or you can pass customer object, and customer object has three things. So I think we're going to create a customer object at runtime. Similarly, for phone number ID, we already have a phone number. We don't need a phone number object. Metadata, we don't need metadata. We do need an assistant object. Assistant overrides squad ID. I don't need them. So what I'm going to do in this is, let me do this. I'm going to start minimizing or folding these first on my, so I don't need assistant, I don't need assistant overrides, okay, squad. So I know for sure I don't need the last three, so I'm going to just take them out. I don't need assistant ID since we would be creating this assistant at the runtime. We don't need the metadata. We don't need the phone number object. We need the phone number ID. We don't need the customer ID. Okay, so those are the things that we need. Let's put some values in it, right? Yeah, I think I messed it up somewhere. Let me just revert. Okay, so I don't need the customer ID, just I still need this. So the value of this would be something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this would be something like Sawmill. And do we need extension? We don't need extension. I'm just gonna remove this. I'm gonna remove this phone number ID. You can go inside the dashboard in your phone numbers and just copy your phone number ID from here and go back to JSON editor, and I'm going to just replace that value with my UUID, and we still need that assistant object to create this phone call, and this is where we're going to create the transient assistant. To do that, let's do one thing, right? There are two options to do this. One is that you can go on and fill all the settings over here, and that way you configure all the options as you need. But since we are doing this demo, I want to do it quickly. What I'm going to do is show you a shortcut how to do it. I covered it in the last video. Just go to inspect, you go to your network tab, and what you're looking to do is, let's make sure, I do want to change the prompt a bit, but let's do it later, right? And what I want to do is I will just let me clear all my calls, and I'm gonna just make a call, and I'm looking for this web call, and you can see it has an assistant object attached to it. I'm just gonna copy this assistant object as it is, and I'm gonna go to my JSON editor, and I'm gonna say this is my assistant object, right? And let me see if it comes perfectly. Okay, I think so. There is an extra, this I copied, but that's pretty much it. So this one has now all the things that I wanted. Let me see. Okay, I don't want the parent ID over here. However, it doesn't hurt, but I'm just gonna remove the parent ID because I don't need this. I want this to be a transient assistant. So that's pretty much it. Has my make.com hook URL too. I'm gonna copy this whole thing and I'm gonna paste it in my body over here. And now inside this body, what we want to do is we want to customize this, right? Confirm if they're still interested in 5 BHK. No, we want to confirm dynamically what their property interests were before, right? And confirm if they are still interested in we reached out in future. That's fine. All this is fine, and we can change the prompt to end later. Maximum tokens 250. And okay, hi, this is Jennifer. So let's put after hi the username so that they know, so it feels more customized to them, personalized to them. And hi, this is Jennifer from Harrisburg. We can say I work with, and we can give the agent name, right? So that make sure that okay, this is not just a random scam call, but yeah, someone they know before, who they have contacted with or worked with. We give them a reference. So let's click OK. Let's look at making the call and see if it works, right? So we're gonna run once. Let's see if the call happens. So we see an error happening. No worries. What we can do is I can show you how to debug this. So what you want to do is go to your console and look for what error response you got in the console. So you can go into the body. Okay, customer number must be valid in, so missing country code. So we are missing customer country code in our call. So I see customer phone number having, okay. So I know what's the error. Let's quickly fix it. So let's go inside this VAPI, and we haven't replaced the phone number with the customer's phone number, and we haven't replaced the name. So now this assistant is gonna be truly dynamic. We missed those things, but we were able to debug it. I showed you how you can debug your VAPI call setup if you run into issues. All right, let's give it a dry run now since we have fixed the bug and should go through now. So we see it's successful. I should get a call in a minute now.
Hi, Samuel. This is Jennifer from High Point Real Estate Agency. I work with Lucy. We are calling to confirm a few details.
Yeah, Jennifer, please go ahead.
Great. Just to confirm, are you still interested in the 5 BHK property we discussed last time? And are you still interested in being reached out in the future for any similar properties?
We were thinking more of beach houses now.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. So it did end abruptly, but let's see if whether it updates these fields. So yeah, it did update those fields correctly. So that's it, everyone. What we did today was create a voice agent that makes the calls to consented users and captures details from them and update it into our Google Sheet. I would say don't miss out on this opportunity to streamline your customer interaction processes. Subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon to get notified when the next video goes live. I hope you also go and watch my other voice agent videos. If you're looking for custom voice solutions, feel free to book a consult with me. Link would be in the description below. Let's revolutionize how you manage your customer interactions. Until next time, bye.